皆さん、いい腕前ですね。
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk?
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamatse.
Huh? Cyno's teacher?
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who enjoys...
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Ah, Cyno. Now who do we have here? Hold on, let me think. My goodness. You must be the legendary traveler and pilot.
Wow! Look.
I've told him about you before. That's right. A couple of days ago.
A threat?
Exactly.
This is the letter in question.
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. Secondly, don't come... Wow, they sure didn't mince their...
Clearly, that's
10 million moral. I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond...
There were no witnesses. So currently the letter is all we've got. So, Traveler?
Paimon's ready to...
All right, take a look. Yes.
So is there something wrong with the...
Possibly.
Most of the paper around here is much smoother.
It's certainly not the same
So do we think that... Wait! Check this out!
Agreed.
A colored liquid.
Well, it's like we're thinking along some...
Mahamatra Cyno. Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon.
As such, I'm inclined to believe... Oh, one...
Oh, of course! You think...
They do look like coffee stains. Also, if I...
Ah, of course! Yes, like they sell in the gift shops.
Understood. I'll assemble...
You have my gratitude.
One last thing.
Will do.
Great thinking, Cyno. So... Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting...
You're right.
Really?
The culprits approach. Whatever happens, they need this, and crucially...
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
Found you!
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter!
I don't know what you're talking...
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arav. Whoever...
I was just listening in. That...
You smiled when Arav left.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mix some coffee with water. Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because the cafe was a red herring.
You can't pin this on me!
Really? Then what? The innocent have no reason to fear. Your heart's racing, and you're...
I would never...
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price.
Well, that was over quickly.
You're telling me. 1 minute ago, looked like a young guy, too.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so...
The culprit's name is Uraka.
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30!
We checked his records.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child.
We question the culprit regard...
Oh, just spit it out.
Very well. It's down on his luck he went to the town.
Some old woman on the...
Is this going somewhere?
Oh, right, yes.
Maybe it's more the fact that...
Uraka mentioned he'd heard a rumor. Uraka believes this money to be...
Oh, a rocker.
People make up rumors all the time.
Arav, you'll...
I completely understand how you feel.
Professor.
Oh, come on, I was...
Okay.
The academia will determine.
Who said I'm... You seem confused. Uraka is just a young boy. All it costs me.
Please rest assured, Professor.
Yes, I have no doubt about that. But as a former educator...
We looked into the family.
Oh, what a mess. You don't have to seal the evidence, or we have to show them how serious...
The relevant authorities have already...
Oh, so you'll be able to...
Give or take. Case.
Very good.
My apologies, Sir Cyrus, but...
Ah, I see. Ah, and isn't Tighnari in town at the...
Wait, you mean Tighnari's?
He is. Tighnari's master, Sir Nephis, called him, though I must say.
Don't be outrageous. Anyway, hurry up and fetch... go on now. Not to brag, but we never were students at the top.
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week. Most of what I know,
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his.
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true.
It's a pity Kale wasn't a...
And then we'd have one more person who has to.
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa? She...
Oh, believe me. Back when she was a student.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
Oh, don't worry.
I thought I heard some familiar.
Oh, Kaveh, it's...
I've been all right, thank you.
Have you eaten yet?
That's awfully kind of you, but I just came to Lombard's to buy. So what's the occasion anyway?
Consolation more.
sounds like things have really gone downhill since I was...
I can't believe how young the guy...
Oh, young people are always more... But still...
Wow, yeah.
I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. And then he just followed.
If this were my son...
Luckily, I'm also an extremely principled...
Kaveh! Your order's ready, sir!
Coming! I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening.
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now.
Oh, too tasty.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk.
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus. Master Tighnari and I will bring you some homemade herbal tea next time.
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I...
No problem at all.
I'll see you all later.
Good night, Professor.
Hey, my tomatoes are serious business. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay up too late now, children. I bid you...
Take care, have a safe trip.
All right.
What do you mean, us?
Well, I was talking with Tighnari.
Camping? Oh, that sounds fun! Paimon's in!
Wait, no, that's my job. You don't have to play the hero when...
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow. No need to bring anything.
You got it!
Great. Then we'll see you.
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them Don't do as...
Time to set off! Let's head to the southeast of Gandharvaville and... Wow, you guys are ahead of the game. You set up the tents.
I'd say we're right about on schedule.
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together.
You got it. Dinner's on us tonight.
I hope I can contribute too. The other forest watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while.
I saw some very appetizing mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a...
Wow, camping with a forest watcher is the way to go. They think of everything.
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So?
Well, there's been some hot...
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a valberry. I bought some from the
A valuable suggestion.
all I wanted was to recommend something bitter.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff. Bye.
She sure made a run for it.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
So Kale chose the path of tactical... My dear friend, you know what I am about to say. Excellent! A kindred but it looks like we'll get told...
We got a bite!
I'll reel it in.
Firewood, spices. There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
How about the one on the left? Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance...
True.
Well, that's no good.
Anyone would think you were sealing the gates to...
Excellent. Then this tent will be an impenetrable fortress.
I'm back! How's your appetites? Ready for the barbecue?
Always. Oh, it smells so...
Someone sure is
Wait, what?
Hey, if it works for steak,
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone...
Oh, that was so delicious.
I ate a lot too.
If you're tired, then go rest.
You must be getting sleepy too, Paimon.
Tonight, I show you
Good night.
Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
Oh, don't forget this. The staff of the Scarlet...
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
It's a very powerful weapon.
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Fair enough. You sure you don't want?
Yeah, Paimon, sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited...
That reminds me of a parting king of Invoke, but right now...
I think they should all be here. Traveler? Paimon?
Look at this.
What the? What's this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep out intruders?
Evidently.
Huh? Who is it? Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah! I'll hate them, Kave!
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the...
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside.
Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus...
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning. Huh? Where'd the wine cups go? Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
They are.
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles.
Do tell.
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. You know what it's about, right?
I heard some people talking about it on the...
I wonder what Sir Nephis... Oh, Cyrus showed me the give me a sec, I'll sketch it out for you. Okay, done. Take a look. You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this around before.
Interesting.
What?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of... It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient...
Whose emblem?
It's the emblem.
After discussing it with each other, this was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tynar. Then, just as we were heading off...
Hold on. So what's the deal with the...
Something's up, huh? Give me a second. Let me...
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? These days, you can find a Temple of Silence office, at least that's what they tell the outside world. Historically speaking, by contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current...
So the Temple of Silence...
It's possible.
So, how do you know all this?
Did you forget? He did a stint as acting Grand Sage.
Oh, yeah! Paimon...
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself with...
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the emblem of the temple... The student's only 16, and doesn't have any
You said you ran into Cyno, yes?
Yep. He ran off.
Given that Cyrus is involved, still...
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the... We should pay a...
Yes. As the Sage of...
If this situation is connected to the real...
Kale, could I trouble you to send a message to the Traveler, Paimon?
Sounds like a plan.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place... Here we are. This is the place.
Huh, we might be too late. Looks like nobody's home. Oh, Cyno moves fast. If he was...
I know that voice. Is that Tighnari I hear?
Ah! Professor Zahahadi!
Wow, so it really is you. My goodness.
We're looking for Cyno.
Yes, not long ago I told him the old fool left. It must have alarmed Cyno.
Well, if Cyrus isn't out...
Professor, did you hear that
Why, yes, I could tell some after seeing the letter.
Huh?
As a former sage, it's...
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop...
Oh, dear. What on earth? Oh, I almost...
Thank you.
What does it say? My...
Yep, that sounds like Cyno. Thank you, Professor. Please do not worry. Traveler, Paimon, let's head to the academy.
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah,
We went to Cyrus's house.
he didn't say where he was going.
No, he left us alone.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Cyno. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the...
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at...
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get the one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert.
Apparently, the two met in the... Uraka was intrigued when he heard what...
I see.
So, how do we find this guy?
He doesn't know. He
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the core of... Also, Nephis admitted the true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the academia. Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence, at its roots, it was
The academia of the day knew...
Not only that, but they managed to...
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the...
I'll bet that's the question that...
Whoever is behind this,
He must have recognized it right...
since the desert is where the...
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a...
I should be fine, as long...
Everyone, I have news from the core of 30.
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tighnari's master?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler and Paimon. Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the core of 30, and the academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I won't attempt to make you understand the academia.
I understand where you're coming from, Master.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side... everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Cyno back.
Need our help? Whatever you need, we got you covered.
Really? Wonderful. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Tighnari. You are planning to go...
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay.
Well, if you're sure...
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tighnari. Hopefully we can catch up with...
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should we go next? Maybe we should ask the nearby...
Hold on. Look over there.
Is that Dia?
You sure you want to brave the desert?
It's not my first time.
Cyno.
If you're really going to go through with this...
Makes sense.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come?
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that.
Nothing personal. It's just a...
Takes a special kind of person to get Cyno. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Dia and Candace!
You're looking well. Glad to see it. Candace and I came to Caravan Ribat on business. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Cyno, it's okay if you can't tell us anything. We're here to help however you need.
No, it's not that simple.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said...
Sounds like this is far more complex than...
Still, if he started from...
My thanks to you both.
Come on.
That's a deal.
All right, so...
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help.
All right, then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be...
And don't think you'd be imposing.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
Cyno should count himself lucky that the Traveler in Tighnari got...
The desert tests the character of all who enter it.
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up. So, after you left...
Clearly...
Do you have any connection with the
I do. Due to my unique... But my memory of that time is... It's a good thing that Kaveh noted... I did not recognize that symbol at...
Yeah, you're right.
But Cyrus must have recognized...
I suspect so too.
Well, speaking of avoiding
I am aware. Or rather...
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with...
Fair enough. Then at least let me buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can...
Hello.
Mahamatra Cyno?
I'm looking for someone. Where was he going?
Let me think. Do you have a map?
I have one.
Great. There you go.
Thank you so much. You were...
You've got a really good map.
Ah, you're quite welcome. Best of luck. Bow your head. Silence!
Hold on. I see some people over there.
Do you think it's safe to ask?
Should be. I'll go.
No. I'll do it.
Huh? Why can't Cyno go talk to them?
Given my background, appearance.
Ah, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, a missing person, huh?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember.
He's looking behind me.
Uh-oh.
Your friend over there. Hey, aren't you Cyno, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old...
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. No need to hide it. I understand why you're with...
I thought you were a group of merchants.
Your henchmen don't look like much.
Hey, hear that, guys?
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already.
All right. Come with me. All of you. Don't you want to find your friend? A silver-haired, long robe, culture type with thoughtful...
So you know where he is?
Just follow me. In.
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing...
Please, step back.
Ooh, something's coming out of the ground!
What is this enormous building doing here?
And how was it so well hidden?
Wait, hold on, who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence?
All good questions.
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden right next to an oasis. Ooh, Paimon's scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Rackham...
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't...
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to... All right. You can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence.
So he's just gonna leave us here?
They can't have been at the oasis by chance.
So this is the Temple of Silence, after leaving the rainforest.
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for...
What's your name?
Sorry, guess I was so My name is Sethos. I'll be here if you need me, but...
So, we're free to...
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here.
He's right.
Hey, Sethos!
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you... Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. Yes, that was me. Although, he insisted that nothing was off the table.
So you framed Cyrus for...
No. That's not entirely true. Of course.
Why did Cyrus leave for the...
You'll have to ask him that one. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem. What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra.
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't...
I've lived in the desert my whole life.
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this guy...
Come on, we've only just met. Yes, that was... He insisted...
So you
No. That's not entire... Of course.
Why did Cyrus...
You'll have to ask him that one. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem. And it was his own choice. Mm-hmm.
I never imagined that the truth...
That's King Deshret's technology for you.
We should be wary of our hosts.
Here he is. Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Well done, Sethos. Greetings, one and all.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. Cyrus owes me his life. I wanted to end my feud. Just leave, Cyno.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter.
Some things in life catch up with you.
Cyno didn't make us do anything.
My secrets are secret for good reason. You're afraid, aren't you? You recognized our emblem. You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. But then you betrayed us. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe. You really know how to hold a grudge.
Hermanubis' might?
Does he mean you?
Professor.
The moon is right. He rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned... it was great... The moon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of many believers volunteered themselves for the... One other child was identified as a suitable... For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from her. The test subjects were sent into a room that had been... The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment. As the second stage began, But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. Our 2 vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments to preserve our faith and our power. Ultimately, in recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. I have always wanted to see you.
I see.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your bar fragment for a decade or so. But you cannot lift a finger against Cyno.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Cyno, but you and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
You'd like me to return my...
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim.
You are wrong. Cyno was chosen, but he was not the only one.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own.
So what you're saying is, the
divine power.
He is no longer a small child. But regardless...
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea.
Don't listen to him, Cyno. That power...
I know. But if this is a question of your...
Sorry to interrupt, but say that Cyno refuses to return his power, and you also refuse... You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your
Wait, those ears... So... we have a descendant of the Valukash. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day, we'll...
Why is he coughing so much?
Moon!
Take our leader back to his room. Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. I don't like to drag out conversations. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment, still. I'm not like my grandfather, but I see things a little differently. So I'm not going to force your hand.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the Academia of T, and things will only continue to improve.
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion.
Tighnari made a good point earlier. All you and Ba Moon are after is the ultimately, you wanted...
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious...
I won't forsake my professor.
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear... Oh, my grandfather still has a...
Are you sure about negotiating?
I need to think this through.
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure.
I've taken some time to reflect on... He's a stubborn man who tends to...
I agree.
So you've heard all you need to hear about my own memories of this place. I do remember having some fleeting moments of... I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking the power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you?
No. I have no... So I will challenge them head on.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. I think we could turn that to our advantage.
Wow, and just like that...
Looks like we have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can.
Great. And I know just how to start the conversation.
Sethos.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first...
I have no objections. Follow me. Keep your voices down.
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis... He appears to have sustained a serious Regretfully, I must inform you that...
Yeah.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. So tell me how we...
Yeah, there's no time to waste here.
You know, the two of you are actually in a...
Right. And you didn't create the...
You're right. I accept, Cyno. Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, that group of supporters...
Sounds very fitting.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis...
3 against 3.
However, I have some... Letting Cyrus leave with one of the
None needed. If I win, the Temple of Silence must... If you win.
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the ceremonial hall tomorrow evening.
Well, after...
There never was.
You have to win. You...
Yeah, that's right! Listen...
Both as general... Yeah. When you put it that way.
Exactly!
The Traveler and I will never lose.
And neither. The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that for a variety of... But there must be personal factors at work here too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. Tomorrow.
We gather on this day to... This is our most sacred, representing the temple...
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels after all these years.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather.
Representing the academia, the challenger.
Ready. We will fight to have our voices heard.
Warriors, take your positions. We come not to debate what brings our challengers here.
Huh? Are you sure?
I agree. She's very strong. Sending her...
Okay, then you're second.
Sure.
We have decided.
So have we. Let's begin.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Don't forget, safety first! Hey, you there! You better play nice with her or Paimon will make you regret it!
A little bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
A swift end to the first bout. I now invite the duelists of... When you're both ready, you may begin.
Let's begin.
Watch out!
Go!
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
Yeah. And shroud.
Thus ends the second bout. We will now move to...
I'm ready.
So am I.
This is the finals. When you're both ready.
I am Sethos, vessel of Hermanubis. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis, but we earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom. Now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power!
I am Cyno, General Mahamatra of the Academia, student and successor of Cyrus. And you, I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching.
Everyone. My grandfather is a but our faith has held us back for too long. Times have changed. The people of Sumeru are happier and more free now than in the... Then I thought of you, Cyno. You and I both wield the same power. Each Ba fragment of Hermanubis I once thought that the nature of our fragments...
I am more than just a warrior.
Exactly.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark on books. So show me your answer, Cyno. Show me I can be more than my faith, more than the power I wield. Show me the person I can become! Bring it on!
That's all you've got? What happened to searching for your answer? Fight's over. Do you yield?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I give his glory to you.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tule-Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tule-Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tule-Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule-Tula Tynarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest. What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule-Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
How is it? Do you feel okay?
Grandfather.
Hey, Sethos. You'll get through this.
I know. How I'll miss him.
I guess you were prepared for this.
Yeah, he's been on death's door for... At least, he was able to see this chapter come to a close.
What's next?
Per my grandfather's last wishes.
But that's never going to work. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it Sethos. I believe the honor, were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions.
You really think so?
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked...
Well, in any case, Sethos. I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new...
But doesn't that render
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will be... That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamoon's intentions from that way. No matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated had you won. And were I to win. He correctly anticipated that He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guy. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Thank you for everything, Cyno. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, the Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization. But you must be exceedingly careful with your... By the way, Tighnari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluca Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tighnarian companions. The Tighnarians who left too late, in all likelihood.
How fascinating.
I like this story.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Yes.
If it's true that you and your
Someone's got to make the decision. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. If we're going to work together.
I will. Alright, well, bye for now, everyone.
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
What were you thinking, gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age?
Oh, please, will you stop your yelling?
What do you mean, what other choice? A one-man suicide mission, hmm? That's the best idea that one of...
All right, all right.
I've got nothing more to...
What do you mean, bag of bones? I'm a flesh and blood hero. Okay, look. Fine, I admit it, I was in the wrong.
1 month? Try 3.
Tighnari's master is really laying into Cyrus.
Professor brought this on himself. Don't pay any attention to him.
Wow, I haven't seen Master get this riled up in a... The last time he chewed someone out like this must have been back when I was still a student.
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them the situation's resolved. We can go for dinner afterwards. My treat. You in?
Makes sense. I'm in.
Paimon's coming too! Let's go!
You'd better start packing your things.
What about my allowance?
Don't push your luck.
Hey, man's gotta eat.
Hey, Kale.
You're back! Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on this past few days?
All taken care of.
That does not answer my question. When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know?
Now would not be a good time to attempt to argue with Farazan.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of...
Kale, please do something.
He's giving me the signal. Say, Madam Farazan, I can see you're pretty upset, but, Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember? Wonderful. Well, of course the offer still stands.
Poor Kale getting dragged off like that. Also, check out Farozan acting like some sort of...
Kale! Cup.
Huh? What? What do you mean, cup? You need a cup?
Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe. Tighnari and I used it while we were in school.
Oh, that...
Mm-hmm. 2 people left. Let's bring them along too. Am I hallucinating?
We're just reorganizing all the books.
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books anyway.
My sincere thanks to you both.
Yes, with your help.
I see. The Temple of Silence resorted to
And it sounds like they managed to preserve a whole load of ancient documents as well.
That day will come. Now, as a token of my appreciation.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great. Although after the last few...
Sure. Let's go.
And then, the Traveler just pounced on their opponent and knocked him right out. Then there was Tighnari. He put up an amazing fight, too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts. Whoa. Part of me wishes I'd been...
A truly edifying account of the event.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The Traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this, then spun around and blocked.
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him.
Of course. Being dignified comes with being a true champion.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not sparred much with Desert.
Yeah, huge place. It felt like something right out of an epic poem. Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that one for later, Paimon.
I think that'll do me for today.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again before heading?
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
I should get going as well. See you all later.
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes.
Kale's come a long way.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never...
Yeah, true.
That was good. It feels like everything's finally wrapped up now. Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a job well...
Do you 3 have anything planned for the If not, would you come somewhere with me? That's a secret for now.
Okay. I think I can guess what you're talking about.
Well, now Paimon's curious. Come...
Been a while since I last made my way up.
Oh, look at this place!
Need any help? As you wish.
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
What a great view! We're so high up, we can see for miles!
Traveler, turn around. This is my secret base. Somewhere I only bring my best friends. When I was a student, I used to slip away in class. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Sethos was asking. Our gifts help us to find our rightful place in the world.
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way. Of course. I see no need to be humble when it comes to the facts.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework. Cyno accidentally dropped a fruit.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
Those were good times.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't be able to imagine
Then make it stop. There's... You guys carry on without me.
Okay.
Huh? Hey, you're not supposed to jump down!
Oh my days.
Professor, what are you muttering to yourself about?
Cyno! Just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found in some old...
Some old photos?
Can you believe it? I was at the Academia earlier. Oh, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this picture. Still...
You look quite young yourself in that. Ah, it's this one. I remember that. Lisa took it, didn't she?
Yep. Looks like her work, all right. Who else could have found just the right angle to make me look so unbelievably hideous?
And this one. Looks like we're both dozing off.
Oh, cheeky girl.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like, these are good photos? Hey, at moments like this, I hardly know. I can't pretend I'm a good person. But Moon had every reason to despise me. And well, so do you.
Don't be ridiculous, you old codger.
I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving the... Oh, it was... You've matured so much over the years, Cyno.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave.
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? I thought heroes were supposed to be gracious. Hey, wait, how did I not notice this one earlier?
Lisa strikes again. Just how many did she take?
Look how cute you were when you were little. I remember how well-mannered you were back then, too.
Yeah, and look how serious and professional you...
Oh, I can't compete with you anymore.
Don't say that. I still have a lot of respect for you.
That's more like it. Hey, what would you say to meeting up with Lisa again sometime?
I'd like that. Let's find a time and pay her a visit in Mondstadt.
All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Let's go next week. Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have got to...
Or you could find a real hobby, Professor.
Time is passed, but it turns out grown-up kids are no use. Oh, that boy.
Great view today. This atmosphere calls for a joke out of left field.